Hey, what's up guys, aarava here and welcome back to another episode of my F1 2019 Manager Career Mode here for round number 8 of Season 2 at the German Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the previous one, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one a few days ago now. But let's get into this then off the back of the last one. Then interview with Sky. Simple question, which one of our drivers is better? Gonna go with Vettel, but we know from the game mechanics won't really matter too much. Doesn't affect Ricciardo there. Obviously, Alonso won the British Grand Prix. We had a pretty decent time actually at Britain. We may have not had the results the best results that we could have hoped for. Obviously, Alonso won the race, but I think it was still a very good Grand Prix. Obviously, Vettel, we made the most of it, really. And the same for Ricciardo after a slow start. The recovery he made was very good. So, I think it was all around a pretty good Grand Prix, actually, for us. And, we're now just about at halfway. I think that's literally halfway because we've got 16 rounds, right? So, we're literally now halfway through the season. We've got a decent gap in the standings. It's not super comfortable. 18 points can easily be brought down very quickly if Hamilton and Alonso really buck up and win races and we come in third and fourth a few times in a row. But it's still something to work with, 18 points. In the Constructors, that's a different story though, because both our drivers have been very consistent, so 66 points there. I'm feeling more comfy about the Constructors than I am the Drivers' title. But let's see how it goes in the next few episodes. And hopefully, this next one, the German Grand Prix, Vettel will be out there doing his best for his home Grand Prix. But this guy's burnt out. Gonna have to fire him because he won't bother, basically, working very well. Looking at the rest of our pit crew, looking okay-ish. We've got some high percentages there, to be honest. So I need to hire some new people. But all these guys are pretty shocking. That guy's pretty bad. Yeah, I could maybe work with this level 16 there. I've got a level 16 over here that we can swap in. Who else? 0.6, we can swap him in there. Actually, we should probably swap him in for the 1.8 there. Who else could I do? 2.4. We need a different person on this front jack, so I'll put 1.4 there. I think it might be a case of we might just have to go for balanced, to be honest, in the pit stops, probably. I'm going to go ahead and sign this level 16 man, because we've got the funds, so we may as well. And he is going to turn into a magical 17 by the time we hire him, so that's good. So we can swap him in as well for this 1.5 person. Yep, cancel. So these two on rest. That guy's resting as well. I think that's pretty decent. I think that's the best we're probably going to get. So we're going to move forward then. We've got some HQ designs that are going to get done. The forecast center has now been made. Where is it? Where is the forecast center in this bloody facility? Where is it? There we go. Level 2. So we're going to know a lot more about the weather when it comes up. So if there is some rain to try and exploit, we can do that a lot faster now. So anyway, getting onto the car, we have also not designed any. Did we just finish a part? We must have just finished a part, right? Because I don't know why we wouldn't be making. Yeah, front wing just got built 4 days ago, so we lost 4 days of development there that we could have been doing stuff. Right, front wing, suspension 6th, front wing 7th. So let's go front wing again. We can't make an epic, but we can do a few double stacks on this. Let me just quickly check what the best part is on our car. If I just go to the car repair, done. After that race, please. And I want to check what our best front wing is. So let's have a look. 1003. So let's design a new front wing and see what's what. So let's go for plus 20 to the max. We've got plus. Ooh, that's difficult. That's plus 40, but minus 20. So that's a kind of half and half kind of region. Is there anything we can do to cancel that out? We can do that one and then that. And then we've got another one on top of this that we can add. So I guess it would just be mine. Ooh, that's a risk level though. So I'll probably have to add that one. That's 1023. That is not much better. That is only like 20 additional performance points, which I don't think is worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and try and work on the suspension then. That's something we haven't worked on at all yet. So let's go for that. That'll be better than anything we've got right now. That'll get done 7 days before the Grand Prix, so we can actually do a few iterations of that. So we're just going to have to improve the front wing we've got right now and kind of just work with it, basically. But let's go all the way to performance now. We're going to go for 1 day before the Grand Prix, 44. Yeah, there we go. So continue on then. Designing the new suspension will get done in a couple of days' time. That's good. And we've got some emails about our targets there. Updated design center for Ferrari. We've got a 40% chance of rain at Germany, so that's good to see. So that might be interesting to see if there's some rain to help us out. Right, iteration of suspension. Right, going to go for that. and then go for plus 40 there. So that's going to be 1,003 straight away. That's very, very decent here. And obviously we take a hit on reliability, but we can make that up. So that's gonna get done 8 hours after the German Grand Prix. So that's a bit of a shame, really, that that's gonna get done after the Grand Prix. But fair play. We're gonna add this onto the reliability and also add that onto improvability. But that's straight away gonna be our best suspension part. What's close to being finished here? These brakes. So gonna add on the suspension here. I'm going to remove that front wing because 76 is okay enough. We're gonna try and play this correctly. 34.21, 4 days after the Grand Prix. Let's see what reliability that's going to give us. That's 64. Let's do a little bit more, please. A few more clicks. Wait, I want to get back to this screen so we can see straight away. A few more clicks. All right, 1 day before. 78%. That's good. Right, all the way to performance. Add the front wing back on. Which one would... Oh, no, actually that one, sorry. Yeah, well, actually, you know, we can add both of them, can't we? Because those are the both. Right, so let's move that to 51.4. So there's a little bit of improvement there. What else can we improve? The engine's fine. Brakes are good. It's really just suspension. Keep on improving it, really. But 78's okay enough. So we'll move on then to Germany. So we got a new set of suspension arms that we can give one of our drivers. So let's fit those parts first. So let's have a little gander here. So brakes all fine. Engine's good. Front wing, right, going to give the better one to Vettel, give that one to Ricciardo. Ricciardo's now content, so what if I give him the better suspension? He's content. Even though he's 3%, he's content. It might be worse than Vettel's, but that's what I expected. And then Vettel's happy. I think that's the best way to go. We'll give Vettel this little upgrade here of suspension. So Ricciardo has the better suspension, the better rear wing. But then Vettel has the better gearbox, front wing, engine, brakes. I think that seems fair enough. There's a lot going on with the rear end of Ricciardo's car. The suspension, but obviously suspension also works for the front suspension as well, so that's fine. Right, move on. Tyre select. Very low tyre wear. If it's going to rain, there's a 40% chance of rain, so let's see if this is all wrong. But I'm going to take plenty of super softs. We'll take a lot of soft tyres and not too many mediums. I'm going to predict we're going to use a lot of these softer compounded tyres, especially if it does rain, then definitely so. But let's go then and see if the prediction of rain is going to come true. If there is, it'll be a nice way to test out a new forecasting centre straight away. If not, then a pretty straightforward practice session probably for us here at the German Grand Prix. Right, take in practice, going to send them out and do a quick little setup run. Doesn't look like there's going to be any rain, because obviously with our new centre, we can see a lot further into the future, and there doesn't appear to be any rain in our futures here at Germany, so probably going to be a straightforward kind of fair. Let's see, the setup is from last year's German Grand Prix, which was in the wet in practice, so let's see how good of a setup this is, and how these drivers are liking it for this year's car. Obviously, our car has improved vastly compared to last year, so this setup might not translate straight away, but let's see. Nope, it will translate. It will translate very well. 2 excellents and a great. So, basically, you can just be sent out straight away for another stint, and you're all good to go. Ricciardo, not so much, actually, which is odd, because obviously he was the man we had last year, not Vettel. So, maybe a little bit of tweaking, I don't know. Maybe a little bit less downforce, maybe? I'm going to try that, see how that goes on for size. Going to keep the speed balance to acceleration. Actually, you know what? If he likes acceleration, he probably wants more downforce. So let's try that first of all. A little bit more downforce. Bring that back into where we were. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Come on now. Don't do this to me. No, come on. All right, that's going to be as close as we get it, I think. So let's go for an 8-lap stint. I'll just trust that that'll hopefully be the correct way to go about it. And we'll get the race trim and the tyre knowledge under our belts before we do any more tweaks with Ricciardo's setup. Right, Ricciardo's going to come in. He's got 2 excellents and a great, so that was indeed the right way to go. So now we're going to swap over to qualifying trim. We've got the knowledge we need for the supers and whatnot. So we'll move over to that faster tyre, bring Vettel in and swap him over as well. And in a few seconds, level 3 has been acquired. So perfect session, really. Setup's done quickly, knowledge got. We're all good now. Let's go to qualifying. Cars looking pretty okay there. On supers, though, P3 behind the 2 Ferraris are on soft. So, again, you know, I think the others have been starting to catch us in the last few episodes, really, in terms of pure outpace. But we're still there or thereabouts, and obviously with some clever strategies maybe in the race we can do something here. But first of all, let's see where we stand on pure 1-lap pace. Let's get into qualifying. Right, going to wait in the garage and send them out a little bit later once the track grip goes up, and we might even send them out on the soft tyres really, just to save some tyres here, because we've got a few. Obviously we've only got 6 sets of supers to run, and if we're going to run some in the race, I might want to save some for the race. So let's just wait it out a little bit here. I'm actually curious, how long did the tyres go? That's the one thing I need to look at. 17 to 19, 16 to 18. The soft tyres go less than the... Okay, that's, again, glitched or weird. Right, in that case, yeah, I definitely need to save some tyres. So we're going to try and qualify on softs in Q1 here, and definitely try and save as many super softs as we can, really. It might only be... We might have to restrict ourselves to only one run then in Q3, to be honest, if we're going to use those super softs quite a lot here. I can't remember. I can't oh, crap. No. Okay, I sent him out by mistake on supers. I was on autopilot clicking buttons. That's my bad. I was going to say, though, I can't remember from last episode, from last season. I feel like the glitch was only on the menu, and it was still... We still need to use softs quite a bit, so I might be kind of wrong on that. Let's send out Ricciardo quickly on the softs. That's not too bad. We didn't really wear out the super softs too much. Right, send them out on softs. Hopefully they can make it around in time. And hopefully they can both make it in on this set of tyres there. If not, that's going to be a bit of a blunder. So here we go then. Through 9/10 down, which will see us into the top 10. So that's good. Vettel across the line. Up into P8. That's not in the top 8 above our sponsor objective, but that's fine. As long as it's higher than P16 for Q2, that is good for me. So across the line, Ricciardo, there we go. P8 and P10, comfortably through. Q2, nice and easy. No dramas there for us. Right, Q2. Now, I'm going to wait even longer, and I want to try and get through on one set of super soft tyres. Like I said, I don't know how the tyres are going to go, so I was slightly tempted just then before in Q1 to say we're going to qualify on soft tyres also in Q2, but I don't know which way to go about it, so I'd rather just kind of stick with the AI and kind of be on the same page as them, really. So the sun is out, track grips to the max, and the cars are going to start coming back in a little bit, so I think I'll start sending them out now. Yeah, now, as the cars, yeah, I can see the cars coming in now. So send them both out. Actually, I'll wait a little minute. Right, send Vettel out now. Yeah, that's it. Supers, let's go. Auto. Right, there we go. Right, good lap, boys, please. Straight into Q3. No dramas, please. We don't have time for another run, basically. So, in, across the line. What's that for Ricciardo? It's going to be P6. That should be comfortably in. And for Vettel as well, P3. Very good lap time there from Vettel. Good stuff there. Alonso and Hamilton still have a bit of pace there in the tank, though. But into Q3, one lap done. Very nice, boys. And we might only give them one run in Q3 as well, just in case I need to play around with tyres in the race. So out then, Perez, Sainz, Hartley, Norris and Verline, and in are the two Red Bull cars, the two Haas, two Mercedes and two Ferrari. So all a bit like Noah's Ark there, no one being left out, singular, to fly the flag for their team in the top 10 shootout then. So let's get going. Going to wait, let the cars run out. We're going to wait for a clean track in the middle of Q3. And then see how that goes for them. But yeah, I will just keep them on one set of tyres, because I do want to keep my options very open for the race if we do indeed embark on a whole race of super softs, maybe, if it doesn't rain. So let's just patiently wait and look at the mini-map then and see when they start to come back in, basically, from their laps. I think they're going to start coming in pretty soon. Once Alonso comes in, I think that's when they'll come in, yeah. So we're going to send Ricciardo out now on that set of super softs. That'll leave us 2 clean sets for the race, and for Vettel he'll have 3 clean sets, but Ricciardo technically has 3 as well, just that one of them is a little bit worn. But anyway, let's see how this goes then. Clean bit of track ish, kind of. Ooh, yeah, Ricciardo's just got ahead of that big pack. That is very good. Vettel, though, might hit a bit of traffic here. He's going to have that car ahead of him. That's going to be a little bit close, but Ricciardo has a lot of clean air. So, Ricciardo, honestly, mate, you've got a good shot of out-qualifying Vettel here if you have a good run. It's going to be 8/10 down. That will see you about P5 there, so that's not amazing signs. Ricciardo, P6, like I said, almost. Vettel, 9/10 down across the line, and it's P5. So, despite having a bit of traffic, he does the job better than Ricciardo. P5, P7. We're going to have to accept that, to be honest. I want to go for another run, but I want to keep my options open, and we don't have time anyway in the session. So, P5 and P7, but that's roughly kind of where we were for last episode, the British Grand Prix, and we did pretty well later on in that Grand Prix. So, let's keep positive there, and let's see. Hamilton with the surprise pole there. I thought Alonso would have bagged it, but last-minute pole for Hamilton. Fair play. Alonso P2, Leclerc P3. We've seen the Ferraris bottle it off their race starts as of late in this season, so I've got some good hope we can try and get in the podium position straight away in the opening laps with Vettel. Right, race time then. We're going to be obviously having to start on the super soft tyres. The race length, how much is it? It's 37 laps. So these supers go 15. The others, probably the fresher ones, only go 17 then. That's tricky because that's I would say an aggressive two-stop, really, with all sets of supers, I think, if we can manage it. So let's try that then. So in terms of knowledge, I will take in the super soft knowledge and the race trim. I'm going to go for it, go for the aggressive, and commit to that. If it's wrong, it's wrong, but I have a good feeling about the aggressive strategy here around Germany. I think last time we did okay on the tyre wear side, so let's just go for it and send it and get amongst it. Here we go then to 5 red lights to the German Grand Prix, Vettel's home race. Can it be a good one for him in the Renault? 5 red lights are out and we're underway. Bit of a slow start, but then it turns good into turn 1. Side by side with Verstappen then trying to jostle for P4. Got the McLaren down the inside. It's 3 by 3. Look at that, how many 3 wide car moments we've got there. And Vettel is in amongst it of a jigsaw puzzle of cars. Carlos Sainz has got up into second place on mediums in the McLaren there. Madness for him. Vettel's been overtaken by Ricciardo. Ricciardo's stolen a march on him, and Ricciardo's now up into P5. So stellar start for him. We've got Grosjean right up there. It's all kicked off there. It's been an absolute maze of cars. Still going on. Ricciardo's now up into P4, chasing after Carlos Sainz in P3 in the slow McLaren. Should be an easy overtake for us, to be honest there. I'm tempted to use some ERS very soon, but let's push off there, up into P3. Good stuff for Ricciardo. Vettel down the inside now. Sainz being swamped there by our 2 drivers, and Vettel is up into P4, so good stuff there by both our drivers. Now, let's push off on the last straight here. Let's use ERS with both our drivers off this corner. Use ERS, use some ERS, then go saving, and now let's go, let's go auto, and let's go conserve, bring those tire temps down a little bit. But P3, P4, very nice place to be. But both our championship rivals, Alonso and Hamilton, are ahead of us. Obviously, remember, Vettel is needing to try and outscore those guys. We want to try and maintain our lead in the championship. So at some point, we need to try something a little bit different. And I might swap these guys around, because Vettel, I need to give him priority in terms of trying to chase after these guys. So I'm going to say allow teammate through. And if Vettel gets the chance, yeah, there we go. So now, push on, mate. You got to push on. Both of you got to push on. And Ricciardo, try and keep that Ferrari at bay, Leclerc. That Ferrari of Leclerc at bay. Clearly, my English is just... You know what? I've been away for a little bit, and I've come back, and I can't speak English now, clearly. Leclerc's Ferrari. You know what I was saying there. Right, we're maintaining P3 and P4. Leclerc has actually... Wait, where on earth is he gone? Has he made a mistake? I think he's... No, he's still there. I just couldn't see him. I couldn't see him because of the tree line there. Right, Vettel, mate. You need to get a mosey on. Let's start pushing and try and catch them. Right, we're on lap 9. Sit rep is Ricciardo needs to desperately save his tyres. I've only just seen that. He's shooting up his tyre temps, so we need to bring those down. Vettel's doing okay on tyre temps, but the gap is growing to Alonso and Hamilton. It's proving difficult to really close up to them, and so we might have to accept we're going to lose some points here with Vettel in the championship. I don't know if we can do anything clever, really, with this strategy. We're going to move on to lap 10. I honestly might push very hard here and start trying to get a bit of a march to them on the in-lap, basically. So let's go. Real pushing, overheat the tyres and try and gain as much time as we can. Right, we gained 1.2 seconds. Hamilton's pit. We're going to continue on there because we're still gaining some time. We're losing a little bit of time here now as the tyre temps go off. But we're catching up to Alonso there, who's yet to pit. So Alonso's lost a lot of time there. So we are actually rapidly catching up to at least one car that we're trying to overtake in this championship. Going to pit now. Going to go into another set of super soft tyres because obviously we're committing to the aggressive strategy. Fast pit stop, please. Come on, pit crew. You need to do well. Meanwhile, for Ricciardo, I think we're going to have to double stack him and come in as well. I've not been pushing, though. So that's the only bad thing about it. But I'm going to have to come in now for another set of super softs as well. I just didn't really, obviously wasn't concentrating on Ricciardo because I was so focused on trying to get Vettel in as good as a job we can. Okay, no mistake there for the pit crew. Good stuff. And the double stack will work without being held up too much there for Ricciardo. And good stuff for him. So auto there, please. Right, continue going on. Where is Vettel then? Vettel is 8 seconds adrift of Hamilton. But if we are pushing hard enough, we should be able to close up and overtake Alonso here. If we're hopefully, you know, let's just keep attacking. Let's use ERS off the back corner. Keep going. Are we up the order? Where is Alonso? Alonso's still going on for one more lap. So now let's go conserve. Take it easy then. And try and calm things down because clearly he's doing some bonkers of the strategy. Right, we're up into second place with Vettel. That is good. Ricciardo's tyres are just about coming back into range there. He's behind Carlos Sainz in the McLaren on mediums. We're ahead of Leclerc still on soft tyres, so at least that's good. Alonso's pit. He's on supers now, but he's behind us, so he's going for aggressive strategy as well. Maybe that Ferrari of Alonso has some very good tyre wear, maybe. He's actually closing right up to us. I think he's pushing hard, probably. Yeah, Alonso's flat out attack, so not surprised about that. Let's use some ERS, though. Try and get away from him a little bit and save some. But if Alonso's going to overtake us, he's full out attacking right now. So I'm going to say it's not going to be too much of a worry like that if he overtakes us, because he just used a chunk of his ERS. Let's keep it calm. We're playing the long game here of trying to keep with him. But Hamilton, though, has so much pace right now. He's coming out of nowhere. The Merc, like the other Merc of where on earth is Ocon, he's not got too much pace. He's down in P10, so Hamilton's on another planet right now at the German Grand Prix. So that's just unfortunate. But I think we can still finish ahead of Alonso by the end of this race. But right now, obviously, he's overtaken us. But he's pushing, well, he was pushing flat out. Now he's kind of chilling out a little bit. How have we got -3 of fuel, by the way, as well? I've only just noticed that. What on earth happened? Okay, I don't know if that glitched or not. I don't know how we incurred so much fuel deficit, but that's a little bit worrying. So now we're going to have to go super fuel-saving mode. How on earth did we lose 3 laps of fuel? I was in hybrid mode for a lot of that stint. What? That's definitely glitched out. That's got to be glitched out, unless something's broken on our car. No? Nothing's broken on our car. Okay, cool. We've just got some glitchy fuel. Nice to know. Because Ricciardo's pretty much been on the same aggressive fuel burning as Vettel, and yet he's on only -0.9. Yellow flag. Grosjean has crashed on the last corner. No safety car, though, is out. Just yellow flags. We've got 16 laps to go. Alonso's grown the gap to 9 seconds, so he's pushed very hard, and we've been really hindered by this lack of fuel. To be honest, I think that's a major hit. So I don't know what's happened here. That's really affected our race. That's pretty much thrown our race away, this fuel glitch of being 3 laps under fuel there for some reason. Like this entire time, I've had Ricciardo on overtake mode, and he's still bowling along with only less than 1 lap of fuel, whereas Vettel's only just got to that. Right, I'm going to start pushing now for Vettel. Go hybrid mode, go high. For Ricciardo, going to start pushing now, mate, as well. And you're going to come in on the next lap, I think, Ricciardo. Right, Ricciardo's going to come in. Vettel will stay out for 1 more lap. And we're going to continue on. Use a bit of ERS there. Ricciardo's in. No mistake. Oh, mistake on the front left. Not great. Right, come out then. Let's go pushing high. And then Vettel going to pit in this lap. Super softs to the end of the Grand Prix. Easy does it. That'll be 11 laps on that stint, so that's going to be a nice pushing stint, I think, for you, mate. So let's come in then. Hamilton's overtaken us already, but that's not a worry. Comes in. Please, no mistake. Yep, no mistake there. Good stuff. Actually use all the hybrid mode we can get to try. Oh, I can't use hybrid mode for some reason. It hasn't let me, but I need to use it desperately. Right, go. Right, 9 laps remaining. The gap is a whopping 15 seconds to Alonso there, so you know that thing I said about long-term us being good at the very end of the Grand Prix? No, Alonso was just actually, I don't know, I think he just messed up his stint on the first stint, and that's how he was behind us, because now he's just turned on the pace, and he's set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. He's got lightning pace at the moment. He's in a different planet compared to our pace. Obviously, our fuel issue didn't help, but still, yeah, he just turned on the pace out of nowhere. I'm kind of hoping Hamilton's going to go so slow on these mediums that we could catch him maybe, but it looks like maybe P3, P4 is what we're kind of maxing out at, and we are going to lose. Well, that'll be 10 points to first place and 3 points to second, so you can see what I mean by those 18 points Vettel had in the championship. They're nice, but they're not super comfortable in all honesty. Like, you know, 2 races of being first and third comparison loses us that 18-point lead, so this is, you know, for those of you who think maybe this championship's already kind of over, it most certainly is not. It is very much still up for grabs, and we're not looking too great because we've been on the back foot for the last few episodes now. Right, I'm throwing the kitchen sink at it for both drivers. Throwing all of it because I just need to push hard here and try and catch up at any cost we can, even if it means overheating these tyres like crazy. Right, it's the last lap of the Grand Prix. Alonso's 1 second on Hamilton, so ideally I kind of want Alonso to overtake Hamilton because Alonso's third in the championship, Hamilton's second, so I kind of want Alonso to do this on the last lap of the Grand Prix. He's right there for the taking. Meanwhile, I need to save some fuel with Vettel. He's been pushing hard, though. We set the fast lap of the Grand Prix with Vettel. on the last lap of the Grand Prix, so at least that's kind of good for us. But Alonso, where is he? 0.5 behind Hamilton. Come on, Alonso, do it. Do it on the last corner. Last lap, maybe. No, nothing. Nothing there for us. I think not. I think Hamilton's going to get it. That's a bit of a shame there. So Hamilton's going to cut our championship lead by 10 points there as he wins the German Grand Prix. He's done it in Vettel's backyard. Vettel, though, finishes up in 3rd place. Good, strong finish there. Ricciardo P4. That is a very, very solid finish there for both our drivers, P3 and P4. Constructors-wise, that's going to be very, very good. But Seb Vettel loses 10 points in the championship lead. That is not going to be great. And so we need to stop this momentum now. We've been losing points now 2 episodes in a row in the championship. We need to fight back and win some points back next episode, really, in all honesty, just to kind of, get that momentum swing back for the sake of our championship. Right, we take the bronze trophy home, and the championship-wise now you can see 8 points is the gap from Vettel to Hamilton. That is getting a little bit, collar-wrenching as we go on there. Constructors-wise, 64 points, so we lose 2 points. Is that, or 4 points in the championship? I think 2 points we lost in the championship in the constructors. So that's pretty good. Only losing 2 points in a constructors fight in a race is pretty good, I think. So halfway through the season, we're still top in both championships, but it is getting very tight, and the other cars are starting to really now flex their muscles a little bit and make a charge on us. So we need to continue developing this car. We've got the money for it, though, to be fair. We've got a lot more money than we did at this stage last season. And this is the stage of last season where we stopped development pretty much and saved up for next year. Whereas this year, we have the money to afford to be able to, push on with development. So I'm still not too worried there. 2.9 in the bank. We're making money right now. We're 45 million. We started the episode off at 44 million. So we've got the money to spend on new parts. We just need to, the suspension gets built. It's just a waiting game. These new parts to be built. We're to continuously purchase new parts, basically. So we'll purchase a new one, probably another suspension iteration next episode. But guys, if you did enjoy this one, hit that like button. Let me know your thought in the comments below. If you're on around here, you can subscribe for weekly Formula content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoyed the day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.